give people champions that they play. But, it's all random luck and chance. So, game number 3. Team Rock versus Team Paper. And the first ban out of Team Paper wasn't Malphite. I mean, that's just trolling, right?
Absolutely. Why would you not ban all of the Rock champions?
Is there any Paper champion?
I mean, Yasuo is basically Scissors.
True.
So is Paper banning Scissors?
Paper ban Scissors because they can already beat Rock.
Yeah.
Could be.
Well, Rock beats Scissors, but if Rock has Scissors, then they beat Paper. So they had to ban Scissors.
Me now wonder if... What do you think about like an origami champion? Like a champion that folds origami during the game and uses... I don't know. That'd be really interesting.
That sounds like a very interesting concept.
Camille is Scissors legs. I like it. Yes. Ban Camille on the side of Team
I mean, you also have Zed, who's kind of Scissors.
Well, he was banned away by Team Rock, so they did it for him.
Yeah.
And Swain, the final ban during the first ban phase, out of the side of Team Rock. One of those champions that recently has started coming back into the meta a bit, though not heavily. Played more often in that bottom lane AP carry role. Really good when it comes to just the overall CC and late game status of being super hard to kill. Let's see what the last ban out of the side of Team Paper is. And we might see Zoe sneak through. I don't think there's any other mid lane mains for Team Paper, so Ice might be able to get his signature pick this game.
Unless they steal it away like they did last time.
Oh, that's true. That's true. He could have Heal It Up or Zusu pick it for him and trade it, though, we'll find out. He obviously has played a handful of other champions because it's usually banned against him. Seems pretty prevalent on the Orianna. I think played Syndra one time as well. I'm really curious as to whether Commander C goes Scion again or not, considering that's been one of his staple champions. He said in chat that it's not his favorite champion to play, but when the team needs a tank, that's his go-to pick.
Mm-hmm. Scion, just a very powerful champion in general, brings so much to its position. That free engage with the ultimate, plus the follow-up knockup, and what's greatly underestimated about him is his passive.
We get an Azir. That is just so super excited. We don't get to see Azir very often, but he's always fun, especially when he can line up some amazing ultimates and just slam the team in a direction, especially against a wall, pop them in the air, set up for whoever else is on the team to deal massive amounts of damage. As the side of Team Rock is going to grab Pyke and Jax, some really good engaged champions. I'm curious to see what AD they pair with this Pyke, especially in the current meta. What do you think? A Jhin?
Vlad. Yeah, ADC sucks.
Just take AP carries in the bottom lane.
Yeah. You remember how I haven't given an MVP to an ADC tonight? Because ADCs have no influence on the outcome of the game.
I don't think that's quite true, but to be fair, they definitely don't have as much impact as they did about 2 seasons ago.
If they're fed, they can help dictate the outcome. But as for actually getting the lead, yeah, they have no agency in the early game. You have to seriously outplay the enemy support, not even the enemy AD, but the enemy support, because the supports are what dictate laning phase. So mid-game, if you're playing Kai'Sa or another mid-game spiking champion, the reason they're strong right now is because they have agency. They can make plays by themselves. But as for the late-game scaling champions, you need 3-4 items before you really come online. At that point, the game's pretty much decided. You just get to team fight. But yeah, as for actually dictating what goes down in the game, you don't have a ton of agency, which is exactly why I'm like, well, time to learn mid lane.
Obviously, both teams still think ADCs can be somewhat impactful as we get 4 AD carry bans between both teams. which means they have also left AD carries to the last possible pick, and they may not even be picking AD carries as Mystic Warrior, one of those champions one of those players we've never seen before on this stream. High opportunity to play his one trick, if he has one, is hovering the Shyvana at the moment. Don't know if that's going to be the final lock-in. It is a very fun champion to see, especially when going Dragon form, can have a huge impact on team fights. So no AD carry for the side of Team Rock. They heard your analysis and said, we're just going to take some carries. Maybe that, probably Pyke Shyvana bottom lane. As Team Paper grabs Jhin. I don't know if Commander C is going to play the Jhin or if he's going to give it over to someone else, but I think he has played Jhin once or twice before. Generally, he tries to play on the safe side, not do too much to get himself in danger's way.
The issue with that is that Jhin struggles against off-meta lanes, especially casters. I would be interested to see what goes bot lane with Pyke. If it's Ribbon, I mean, Jin's in for a really hard time. That's a tough lane. But on the positive, if he can sit back and farm it out and get himself some items, he's not going to win that early game. Like level 1, he wins. But once level 2 and 3 come in the cast and the, I'm assuming it's Talon mid. It might be Shyvana bot lane.
That's what I was thinking. That's exactly what I was going to say.
It might be AP Shyvana bot lane, though.
Well, because their team overall, for the side of Team Rock, has no AP unless Shyvana is going kind of more that AP carry role. Let's go ahead and go through the players, and then we'll talk about Shyvana, especially as she brings no true CC, but a ton of AoE damage. For the side of Team Rock, we've got Sejaces taking the Riven, most likely in that top lane. Xeno with the Pyke in the bottom lane supportive role. Megasum back with a Jax in the jungle. Lord Reeves, Talon in the mid lane, and Mystic Warrior, first time on the stream, welcome, maybe going AP Shyvana in the bottom carry role.
And in the grand question mark, the thing that we all want to know, will Team Paper be victorious? With Zusu on Nocturne in the top lane? Okay. Heal it up on Azir in the mid lane. Ice taking Lux in the bottom lane support role. Aether arising on Kayn in the jungle. And Commander C 21-21 rounding it out with Jhin in that bottom lane ADC role.
Paper playing their true identity with no tank, going paper thin. All carrying squishy champions besides, I suppose, Kayn Darken mode gets moderately tanky depending on how he builds, but I have a feeling that it's going to be all damage, all kills, all game. Nocturne to the top lane is a very interesting choice, especially against a Riven, one of those champions that the fear could be really impactful in the laning phase. Curious to see how Zusu builds, though, because I've seen, I believe, it's not Medic, but one of the European casters does a mid lane Nocturne to decent effect. Curious if Zusu goes to build something similar.
Yeah, definitely laning Nocturne does work with the Dark Harvest, though. I have seen that a couple of times be very effective, especially if he is in that center of the map, which is probably most likely going to be occupied by that Azir. But when he can affect multiple lanes using that ultimate, definitely has that ability to be a very impactful champion, but we'll see what ends up happening.
All right, so if you had to predict a team to win, what would it be with the 30 seconds we got remaining?
Let me see. I think Rock's going to win. I think they're going to be victorious over their arch nemesis Paper. Mainly because, I mean, this is terrible coming from me, but they don't have an ADC.
They don't have an ADC, but they're still going to win.
No, that's why I think they're not going to win. Legit, ADC is that bad right now. In this lane, if Mystic Warrior can get a couple of items, I mean, Jin's one of the strongest right now. It still doesn't feel very good. When Talon roams bot lane, He's gonna die. Let's see what else is gonna happen.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll take the opposite bet, and I'll say that Team Paper can win just to keep things fun and interesting. I definitely think the Rock has a really good opportunity, but one of the things that I think has a chance to turn things around is Lux and Azir. Both are fairly good disengage when engaged upon champions between the Lux Binding and the Azir Ultimate. They say, you're going to burn a bunch of spells to try to jump on us, and we're just going to either snare or shove you back, reset the fight into a position in which we want to fight, and then re-engage on you. Plus, Nocturne could potentially wait a fight out until there's 2 or 3 squishy members that are trying to escape, then ult them in that back line, try to finish them off. I think it's a terrible idea for Nocturne to go in early, especially to initiate fights, because you've got a Riven, Jax, and Talon who just say, nope, you're dead. They don't care.
Yeah, but who initiates?
Down to 300 health, and then Nocturne ults afterwards, then there's a chance that he could actually clean up fights rather than being that first.
How does that fight start, though?
Oh, it's going to start from Rock. They're going to have Jax jumping in. They're going to have Talon going invisible with the ultimate, trying to engage in a fight. They're going to have Shyvana using an ultimate. Pyke, every single one.
Yeah, the Pyke. That's what I'm looking at right there. There's so much opportunity. That's kind of what I'm liking from this, aside from not having an ADC. What I'm liking from their side is that they have so much engage potential. You have Pyke. You have Jax. You have even the ultimate out of Shyvana, and you have Sejasis, all of which have good ways to start a fight onto these squishy members. Ice, if he does, are they going to be invading through bot lane? Maybe.
Wait,
this is a.
What second are you?
20 seconds.
Okay, I'm actually like a second ahead of you.
I'm at 27.
Yeah, okay, we're good. I was curious what you were saying about invading on bottom side, but yeah, there is that Talon and the Pyke, but I think they're not necessarily invading. They're just going to look for that early cheese, especially Xeno probably is going to be grabbing, that bone skewer, if he can get an early hook pull in. But it's, hold on, it's Lord Reeves carry in the bottom lane. I didn't even register that until just now. It's AP Shyvana mid? She's got the dark seal.
Okay, that's a little different.
Yeah, she's got a dark seal in the mid lane. This is spicy, and I like it. Wait, what is Sejasis doing with no items? Okay, finally recalls. I think he just walked out of base a little bit too excited, perhaps.
Yeah, I was saying invade through bot lane because it looked like Reeves was doing his spam ping thing that he always does whenever he's going to invade. He's just going to sit there. It's like, hey, come here. I thought he was a new strange invade path we hadn't seen him do. But neither people starting bot lane is going to be Kayn on the Raptors. They should know this.
Okay, so Xeno and Reeves actually don't get anything. They see the blue buff, know that no one's starting that. They actually ping to the side of Kayn, so they know where that is, but don't find that early engage. They do come behind Jhin after his 4th shot's been used. Xeno trying to get a face. Bone Skewer throws Commander C backwards. He immediately flashes. That might save his life. The Ignite might be enough. Reeves is exhausted. I've got a momentary pause. And 2 tower shots puts Reeves extremely low. The auto attack comes through, but it is the rune that hits Xeno instead of Reeves. So Talon escapes with no health. Wow, early action in the bottom lane.
Yeah, and those 2 procs coming through are absolutely critical right here. Ice posturing forward, but you have to keep in mind, Reeves has the shove on the lane, and they're going to hit level 2 here in just a second after this next minion wave falls. Wait, they have to be...
We missed the fight with Kayn on the top side, finishing off... they actually got a kill onto Jax. I think Jax tried to invade the top side jungle, but the camera never even switched over there. Maybe because most of the health went down on the jungle champion and they just finished him off. But yeah, weirdness there. Jax gives over first blood to Kayn.
That's definitely good.
2.5 minutes into the game.
Yeah, for the side of Paper. Fed Kayn is always nice to have. I'm interested to see how this mid lane goes. I mean, Azir is prone to running out of mana early. clever by Sajasis. It looks like he's lost a couple of trades, but has successfully burned Zuzu's mana completely. So at this point, he can just free engage, and Zuzu's going to have to back here, I think. Yeah. Sajasis has a free push on this wave. Yeah.
Nice, shoving out the wave, letting Jin recall. He only had 11 minions, so not going to have much to buy except a little bit of a dagger and maybe some potions. In the mid lane, that is Zir. Keeping up pressure, has pushed Mystic Warrior's health on the lower side, but she's got a lot of potions to burn through, so will be healing that back up, doing the best to keep up in farm, which she's been able to do so far, so good on this AP Shyvana in the mid lane.
Yep, and... Like, have you seen AP Shyvana before? I'm just wondering.
I've seen it, I think, once or twice before, but it's not a common pick. Really,
it's actually terrifying.
Burst,
like the amount of damage you can do. If it's fed, it's dumb. But if it's not fed, then it's absolute garbage. So we'll see. Lord Reeves farming up, I believe. Yeah, he's beating Jin substantially in farm despite being melee range. Commander C needs to be landing auto attacks every time Reeves walks up for this farm. Otherwise, talent. Hold on. Ice gets snared.
Oh, yeah, nice stunned out onto the Lux. She's trying to escape. Double man snail the hero as well from Jin. Zeno in a little bit of trouble. Gets into the brush, is able to heal back up. Whoa, Ice looked like a dead Lux, but just barely able to make it out alive.
Yeah, that's still going to be a substantial farm advantage. Kane is waiting down toward that bot side, so I think Ice is going to walk forward, try and bait and engage, and Zeno is going to take the bait. But they walk back too far. Oh, wait, Kane? He still has the jump away, and yeah, nothing's going to happen. Sajasis AFK.
Oh, not
tournament
good for
draft.
the side of Team Rocket. It is a tournament draft, so they can pause it. Most people should know, especially Zeno and Reeves, should be aware that they can pause the game, as Nocturne is going to be able to get to free farm a little bit on the top side. Not a whole lot of action was happening, and Sajasis is already back, so no pause necessary. Lux able to successfully recall that bottom side, but it's still a nearly 20 farm lead for Lord Reeves.
Wait, that's 6 in the mid lane. I'm waiting to see if Mystic Warrior decides to go for something here. He does have the ultimate advantage and could theoretically make something happen. Though I don't know the power points. Nah, probably not now.
Yeah, especially with no potions, just sitting on that Dark Seal. AP Shyvana has pretty good burst, but you really want to get a couple of items to get that AP. And whoa, a nice ultimate from Heal It Up to push this Shyvana back, but she just ults straight onto the Azir. In the meantime, the Nocturne ult in the top lane, not going to be able to do that much. Kane comes in the mid lane, flashes forward to make sure the Shyvana goes down, giving a second kill to the side of Team Paper. So Jace is able to make it out alive on that top side. Did burn flash though to be able to
gonna try for something here.
He doesn't have flash. Wait, there's no way.
Oh!
So Jason predicted.
No vision.
Predicted the Nocturne in that top lane and just goes straight on in. Gets the stun, finds the kill. Oh, Zeus is gonna feel so bad about that.
Wow, that play, man. That was awesome.
That was just beautiful to see. 2 kills to 2. Little bit of gold lead for Team Paper, though not that crazy. And so Jace is, after being able to, he says, that's it. I'm done. I don't need to do any more, guys. I got a blind kill.
I have shown myself to be the alpha, and I depart. Knowing myself to be alpha.
This is also after having DC'd earlier. So he's so confident that he can actually DC multiple times and still win lane. He's like, don't worry, guys. If I DC, it's fine. I'm just baiting the Nocturne into overconfidence. That's all I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Zeno going to try and knock down this control ward right here. Megasum going to show on the ward. So that's going to be more farm being bled away by the Jins. 56 to 37 right now in Reeves' favor. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, 39 to 54. Definitely Azir favored as you would expect it to be. And in the top lane, 57 to 38. A little bit Nocturne favored right now.
Xeno trying to find a Bone Lance. Will miss. Bone Skewer. And Ice says, I found a snare, though. Going to be snared as well by Commander C. A little extra poke damage. One of the problems doing all that damage to Pyke, though, is as long as he steps out of vision, he could heal a lot of it back up. And that's actually also minorly broken. If you have that damage on Pyke and you step into a brush, you can tell whether or not it's been warded. Because if there is a ward in there, you will not heal it up. And so that's a kind of a sneaky way, if you're a Pyke player or interested in playing Pyke, that you can use that to a small advantage to know whether or not the enemy team has it warded. As Riven going to go straight in onto Zusu. The fear comes through. The ultimate might be enough. Wait, no, just got the ult. So close. So Jace is able to sneak out with the last bit of damage, come out with the win in the 1v1. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, heal it up using the ultimate to knock both members back. Reeves and Xeno going straight in. Xeno's got the execution, but Talon's the one who picks it up. Reeves parkours over a wall.
They have no prayer of...
Yo, Commander C using the curtain call just to kind of push Talon way off to the side. Gets that last shot,
there's a hit!
Slowing him down. Aether Rising going to try to chase it in. We'll see if he can make it through the wall.
Oh, it's the two champions who don't care about walls!
Oh, but Reeves is going to be able to parkour everything. Wait, Aether Rising gets the third wall. Hops forward, but he can't get this slow. So close, but Lord Reeves parkours himself to safety.
Greatest edgy anime chase ever. And Mystic Warrior, too much edge. Mystic Warrior DCs.
That chase through all of the jungle walls was fantastic. As Jace says, "I'll fight you again." Into a minion wave.
In the minion wave.
Zusu doesn't have ultimate. He's got these exhaust as well, and that's gonna finally give one kill back over to himself as well. A shutdown gold. We do finally get the pause as Mystic Warrior earlier DC'd, so hopefully we'll be coming back just shortly. We do give about 10 minutes total for somebody to come back, and then we'll just continue the game at a 4v5, which is terrible. We don't want it to happen, so we're not going to talk about it. Instead, we can analyze the game as it's 10 minutes, perfectly timed, 4 kills to 4, 1,000 gold lead for Team Paper.
Yeah, Paper in the lead right now. That top lane matchup is a lot more volatile than I thought. So Jace is making an unfortunate decision to fight in that minion wave right there. Had he not, he could have easily won, but he got himself CC'd and feared into like a double stacked minion wave, and there was no way that he would survive that, especially after all his spells were down. Meanwhile, bot lane, Reeves managing to get out of there, and plus getting the gold from Pyke killing someone with his ultimate means that they actually come out in a positive trade right there. Plus a lot of time burned with people chasing.
So back to the game we go as Megasum's trying to find a gank onto Zusu, make up for his top laner having earlier died. Nice fear from Zusu and immediately walks away. Beautiful spell shield as well to absorb that counter strike. Megasum going to walk through the brush trying to bait Zusu into recalling, but not going to happen. So Zusu will be able to escape safely and get back Jin. 0-0-1 so far, down only 10 farm. Catching back up slowly but surely. Also wanted to note earlier that Xeno did not get the kill with the Pyke. It was actually the Talon, I think with Ignite, that was able to get it away.
You're sure?
I'm sure because Talon has the actual... Okay. It depends. I think Pyke gets kill credit and his support gets, or the AD carry gets the assist. If he gets the kill.
Oh, the pop!
Nice. Heal it up, trying to escape. Unable to just hop to a soldier. The sliding glide not going to be in favor this time around, but he's able to walk back to the turret. Potion ticking away.
I'm wondering why Mystic Warrior didn't pop the ultimate. Definitely could have,
Oh, wait, we got a huge gank onto Aether. A rising stun comes through as well. A nice shutdown for the Talon. They pushed out the bottom lane, said, let's see if we can make a death brush. And this is, again, happening in the third game of the night, where we saw it really effective in game number 2. Megasum wanting to chase in onto Ice, who flashes the wall to get to safety as Jace is fighting once again in Zusu. Kill to kill. Let's see what happens as Zusu follows through, finds Jace, takes him out. A nice shot with the curtain call from Jin, takes out Jax on the bottom side. River fight, heal it up, tricked away, burned down by the Ignite. Shyvana picks up the kill there. 6 kills to 6 kills, still even, but Xeno may be wanting to find the Lux. Bone Skewer, stun going to come through as well, but he's extremely low himself. Uses the ultimate, but still goes down. Ice drops to the AP Shyvana. Mystic Warrior picking up a 3rd kill of the game.
Yep. really high octane gameplay right there. We kind of cut away in the middle of that fight to see what was going on top lane. Sajasis really needs to be more strategic about playing against this Nocturne. Baiting out the spell shield is really where he's going wrong. He's diving straight into that fear and then just getting not pushed away. So he's winning the initial trade with all of his spells, but half of this damage is getting spell shielded. So he needs to go in with the spell shield and then dive back out and then re-engage. Because that spell shield has like a 21-second cooldown or something like that. Kane trying to engage from the backside, but is going to be seen on a ward. And I think Lord Reeves is... Yeah, I think they're just going to kill.
Oh, nice bone skewer straight into the stun. Xeno really well moved, really good moves on this Pike. Avoids the CC from the Lux as well. So they see him coming. This is why wards save lives and can sometimes grant you kills as well.
Yes. Wards determine late game, really. Mystic Warrior taking a little bit of harass here. I'm waiting to see him play this Shyvana. Really aggressive, just every time that ultimate comes up, just diving in on heal it up.
Down to about half health, does have the ultimate, but no ignite or flash, so we'll see, again, how aggressive does this person want to play. Another thing to keep in mind is that as a new player, maybe wanting to try to show a little bit of a better, safer game on stream. Some people respond to being shoutcasted and being played live on a stream a little bit differently. Oh, nice stun onto Lux in the bottom lane. Ice trying to run away, has been harpooned back into the Talon, and Pike able to pick up the kill, didn't even need the ultimate. Take out Ice for a second time so far this game.
Yep, so Jace is about to lose his tower in the top lane, though. Mystic Warrior having a few problems, but Jax is going to come in real quick.
Oh, uses the ultimate. Will it be enough for Mystic Warrior to be able to get out alive? Heal it up with a nice trade. Uses the flash, but still able to get a kill. And now Megasum in trouble. Tried to come in for a fight, only went in to give a double kill to Azir.
Yeah, that definitely feels good for the Azir, who had been kind of starved out in the early game. But Talon roaming up the river.
Oh, no, we got Nocturne coming back to the top side. Gonna just delay the recall from Sajasis. Down 15 farm. Really, though, the key to look at is that Azir in the mid lane. 36 farm over the Shyvana. She may have a bunch of kills, 3-2 her score line, but she has been starved in gold. Hasn't really completed any major items besides just those boots. Keep an eye on Azir's build as well.
Range versus melee is really hard to... Oh.
Burst onto the Talon. He's gone to Kane, who finds a knock-up onto the Talon, trying to get through the wall. Parkour not going to save him, as Kane's ultimate just going to carry himself through the parkour. Xeno now chunked out. Commander C wanted to chase him in. He's healing, using the Ghost Water dive, hiding besides the Gromps. He will be seen. One more shot should slow him down enough for Aether Rising to catch up to him and kill him. Negasum decides not to fight the 1v2 and instead hops to a ward to escape.
Yep, Zusu alone does eat the stun.
Oh, he doesn't have much mana though, so one spell shield not going to be enough. So Jason says, I'll take your life and the blue buff as well.
Yep, Aether Rising going to pick up his own blue buff. Meanwhile, Commander C manages to take down this control ward right here. Taking control wards as Jhin is one of the most frustrating things. If you have 3 shots, then you have to reload in the middle. It feels so tedious.
Drake started up by the side of Team Paper. It's a Mountain Drake, which should make things easier. Instead, they're going to jump onto the Jax. Can he might steal it away? I think he may die before he gets the chance, as Aether picks up credit for that one. Heal it up, trying to join the rest of his team as well. They've already gotten the enemy team jungler. Should make it a lot easier to pick up the Drake. And Azir going to use that ultimate. Throw Mystic Warrior back into the rest of the team. No chance for an ultimate. He is gone. Xeno on the run. Should be taken up before he can get over the wall. And things have gone terribly for Team Rock, as Paper just collapses way faster.
Yeah, well, when you squeeze paper, it does collapse a lot faster than when you squeeze a rock. Of course, it's in the nature. Ice just going to clear out of control real quick. Lord Reeves, who wins this fight? I wonder. Aether is...
Aether going to start the smite, and Reeves just parkours over a wall to get out.
Peace. Bye, guys. I love how neither of these champions care about walls.
We do have a very in this moment of slight lack of murdering each other, I do want to ask if anyone in chat or you, Wraith, remembers a story in which a guy, I can't remember the details too much, but a guy is having a contest against a giant, and he squeezes a cheese roll to make it leak whey, and makes the giant think that he crushed a rock to make it sweat. Do you remember the name of that story? Because I, for the life of me, thought that I had invented that for a long time, but I swear that's a real thing.
No, it is.
Well, we'll keep thinking that in mind as Megasum hops to safety, joining Mystic Warrior to try to defend the mid lane. In that bottom lane, both flashes burned by Team Paper, so opportunities to re-engage, especially Xeno on that pike. Loves to try to make some aggressive moves, and Kane's down here as well. Will the hook come through? Lands onto the Jhin. The pike might be in trouble, though. Finds the stun onto the Jhin. In the meantime, Talon's already been finished off as the ultimate from Nocturne, able to secure that one. Heal it up on the
Five-man bot.
Finishing off the pike. There's no Drake for them to take, but there is a bottom lane turret that's some standing gold.
There should be 2 turrets.
No, not the Iliad. But good guess. I don't think that's the Iliad. No, this is like a children's book.
Yeah. I feel like it's related to Jack and the Beanstalk.
He goes to throw a rock, but instead he throws a crow, and the giant thinks that he threw the rock so far that it just kept traveling and never stopped. And, because the guy basically tricked
I think it's the second half of Jack and the Beanstalk.
Maybe. I feel like the guy was a little bit on the older side. Either way, Lord Reeves trying to find a gank onto Zusu, forces the flash out of the Nocturne. There's no mana. AP Shyvana comes burning through. Can Zusu get out of this one? He's extremely low, and Lord Reeves able to hop in for the finish. Ice was trying to wait patiently by the blast cone to save his top laner. Not in time. Nice route, though. Straight into the ultimate. Reeves goes down. Ice able to pick up a nice kill there. Uses the shield to stay alive as Zito tries to reposition. The Bone Skewer not going to come through. Will be snared up himself. Trying to escape with extremely low health. Heal it up. Needs just a little bit more damage. But now that Xeno's able to escape, Vision still goes down. The slide and glide from Heal It Up. Plenty enough to come through. Throwing out a couple more warriors to slow Mystic Warrior on the run. Heal it up.
Heal it up.
Keep chasing. So Jace is wanting to chase him. Turn flashes in. Double man stun. Uses the crescent sweep to pick up the Lux. Wanting to chase an Ignite, taking away onto Heal It Up. He should be able to walk away safely, though. The mid lane turret, though, that's the point of pressure for Team Rocket. They should be able to pick this one.
Yep, definitely going. Aether Rising jumping into 3 right now. I think he's just gonna die.
Oh, he's trying to hit hard. The Nocturne comes through, able to pick up the Jax. So it's a trade 1-for-1. So Jace is in the middle of a bunch of minions wanting to chase on to Heal It Up, who's got no mana. Finds the stun. Minions trying to come through. It's gonna be enough. Heal It Up gets credit for the finish.
Oh, meanwhile, Lord Reeves incoming. And this is why ADC in 2018 sucks.
Jake's Dragon says that it's the Odyssey. Maybe. I can't remember. Sorry for the fancy graphic. A little too fancy for when we're just trying to switch between teamfight scenes. I fixed that now, so it shouldn't happen. Sethard says no mana. Yeah, that is what happens. You got to keep an eye on that. 20 kills to 16, 4,000 gold lead for Team Paper so far. Do they have what it takes, though, to finish it off is the question, because some of these team fights have been really back and forth.
Yeah. You do have the late game scaling of Azir, who is playing very well. I usually don't give much credit to when I see Azirs, because I can count on one hand the number of times I've gone, wow, look at that Azir! I can count on many hands the number of times I've gone, wow, look at that Azir. So
I can count on one hand how many, wow, look at the AP Shyvanas. I've been able to count up. A Mystic Warrior 4-3-2. Not a bad lineup for a champion you hardly ever see as Aether Rising, wanting to look for the engage. Azir gonna knock 2 back straight into a wall. A little bit of a pop-up there, but Heal It Up in trouble. He's gonna go down. Lord Reeves finds the assassination. It's a trade, though, so Jace is able to be picked off of the side. Nice snare again from Ice, being able to put them in position. Lord Reeves, oh my goodness, the Blast Cone saves the bottom laners. The rest of the fight gonna go back and forth as the Kane able to clean up 2 members. Pikes go down. Nocturne ult to help that one out as well. Shyvana snared up enough. There's no positioning. Will be going down, stuck between 2 turrets, and that is a clean ace for Team Paper and a dragon to boot.
The blast cone play in the middle of that was the clutch moment that changed that fight, because Lord Reeves is about to kill 2 members. He has enough damage to kill half health Ice right there without actually expending the ultimate charge. So he could kill Commander C using the ultimate and then just use an auto attack and a reset the empowered auto to kill Ice. So that would have been 2 members dead instantly. However, that blast cone play to deny the engage was absolutely beautiful. Aether Rising going to try and kill Megasum. But Xeno's here. Gonna get that snare.
Yeah, find the stun. The Jax tries to re-engage as well. Bone Skewer pulls him back, and the Kane is down. Nice ultimate from Pyke just to guarantee it and spread some more gold love between the team. But it's a team that's had a struggle so far this game. Baron up on the map, but at this point, it really is all about map pressure and vision for the side of Team Rock, because they just keep getting caught out in fights that they don't really want to take.
What is Megasum building? I'm very confused. And
I don't know.
he's dead.
Zusu goes in, uses the exhaust as well. Commander C snipes it down for the finish. Zusu maybe going down himself. Spell should keep him alive for the moment, but he's been slowed, so he will fall. So Jace is
and that's why I was confused.
And Xeno throws up the Bone Skewer, will miss. Ice trying to step forward, reposition, and flashes forward as well. Curtain called by the Jhin, trying to engage on a fight, but they don't really have much to fight, as all of Team Rock just scattered to the wind.
Which is kind of funny, considering rocks don't scatter to the wind. I mean, I've blown really hard on a rock and it didn't move.
Unless it's a pebble or a speck of dust. It's just a really tiny rock. Aether Rising maybe going down. He's been stunned up. The CC won't be enough. Uses the ultimate, trying to escape. Can't get over the wall, though, so he goes down a second time in a very short period of time. Members of Team Paper have to step back, hide underneath their turret, and Team Rock has pressure around the Baron. Now, the Scuttle Crab is in favor of Paper, so they do have vision in case Rock decided to start it up.
Yeah, you see, the thing is... Wait, Reeves stepped out of the bush. Reeves is trolling. No, you see, the thing is, they did the Rock did this totally wrong. They should have picked Bran.
Oh, hang on. Mega Warrior will go down. Nice catch from Lux. Once again, sets up for the Sand Soldiers from Azir. Grabs the kill. We'll see if the fight continues through the jungle. Red buff just spawning. But I think Rock decides not to go for it, and instead is just going to recall. All right, go ahead. Why do they need to pick a brand?
Yeah, because what destroys Paper better? Water with Pyke or fire? I mean, you can get a book wet, and sometimes you can dry it out. But, I mean, if you burn a book, there's no unburning a book. So, pick brand. They had the right idea with the AP Shyvana, but they didn't go hard enough. They do have Talon, which is kind of like a Paper Shredder.
Oh, who needs Brand when 4 of your members have Ignite? That's plenty enough to take out Paper.
They banned all the Scissor champions, and Reeves is like, there's one more.
I got blades on my cape. I got blades on my arms. Got blades for days. We'll see if the 8 and 4 Talon can be enough for Team Rock. And
who is standing on a ward.
They've actually
still
done
standing on a ward.
Decent job of starting to come back into the game. Really, though, Ice on these snares from the Lux have been so good at setting up these fights. Healing up. Might be in trouble. He flashes to safety. Nice moves. Jax goes in. He's kind of all alone. He's been burned down. The burst is a bit too much from Team Paper. They decide to re-engage. Jason to the back line. Finds Ice. Takes out one, but will give her own life over. Flashing in. Shyvana doing the work. Will dodge the ultimate from Azira as well, but still be finished off. Zusu sitting at just 300 health. Reeves waiting to see if there's an opportunity for assassination, but it's a 4v2 as Xeno stepping forward aggressively, maybe wanting to get that ultimate onto Zeus, who instead re-engages onto Azir, trying to set up as Jhin comes in as well. Not even needed to reset his auto attacks. Azir will be enough to take out the Pyke. Curtain call, slows Lord Reeves for a moment. Aether Rising, walking through a wall. That's all they needed was vision for the Nocturne to go in. Parkour Reeves won't be enough to be able to get out alive.
You see, they're playing this all wrong. They're playing into 5. Their team does not play into 5 well. You have assassins and split pushers who are all just trying to 5v5 team fight against an Azir. Why? Split the map, go put Sejasis bot lane, and put him 1v1 against Zusu again. Then put 3 in the mid lane and 1 top.
Yeah, well, this is what I was talking about at the beginning of the game when I was finding reasons why Paper might have an advantage, was that disengage opportunity to reset the fight. Lux snares have been so impactful in many of these fights and basically holding people long enough for either the team to kill them or just for the fight to reset. Lux did die early on in that last fight as Sejaces is able to stun up 2. Jin lives for the moment. The great knockup from Aether Rising keeps Sejaces from finishing the Jin, and that's that CC that's just enough to keep Rock in all of their dive potential from actually finding these kills.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They shouldn't be team fighting. They shouldn't be diving into 4 members. Megasum, what on earth are you doing?
Kane able to get the dragon. Jax goes over the wall, only to his death, trying to steal away the Ocean Drake. But it's 2 Ocean Drakes now for Team Paper. In the meantime, Zuzu's just pushing the mid lane.
Zuzu's got the right idea. Split push. When the team is drawn...
Oh, and Heal It Up finds a nice double man knockup with Xeno. Didn't even mean to catch Mystic Warrior, but Shyvana with that knockup might not be able to get out alive as Aether Rise just going to continue to chase it in. Nocturne is ulted to the back line, chasing Reeves out. Luxalt comes through, will miss, but doesn't matter because the ace has been completed by Mr. Heal It Up himself, finishing off the, I believe that was the Shyvana. In the meantime, Sejaces is trying to defend the bottom lane turret. Won't be able to do that much. Throws out the Crescent Sweep, but still cannot clear these late-game Baron-empowered minions as they burn through the bottom lane inhibitor and moving into... Yeah, sorry, not Crescent Sweep. I think that's Diana's. Oh, no, it's Xin Zhao's. You're right. You're right.
Crescent Strike is...
I'm getting my abilities confused. Such a good caster. OP, this is why you should vote for me in anything. It doesn't matter. As the Lux ultimate comes through, lands onto 2. Sejaces just about dead, but will survive as Zuzu.
And the minions.
Oh, the minions are going to come through, complete the game for Team Paper, burn down the Nexus. 10,000 gold lead. Paper proves to truly be stronger than Rock. Especially
the question has been answered. Ladies and gentlemen, Paper can indeed beat Rock.
Aether Rising. Dude, I literally I'm going to assume just got into a game. Hey, mate. Y'all literally stun-locked me for like 7 seconds at the end of the game. It's a bittersweet win. I don't know what you're saying. I just what? But anyway, you're playing Red Cane. Doesn't matter if you're stun locked. You don't die for some reason. Interesting. Interesting. Let's go. 2 deaths on the ADC versus a Talon Jax Riven team. That's because Jin is one of the longest range AD carries in the game. Let's go ahead and go through MVPs and honorable mentions for game number 3.
It's not actually that long range. He's average range with autos, but his ultimate allows him to interact with team fights when everyone else wants to kill him. Anyway, going for MVPs, honorable mentions, and shoutouts for Team Rock. Let's see, who deserves honorable mention? I think Sejaces in the top lane deserves the honorable mention. He made some mistakes against Zuzu, but all in all won his lane and then came mid. It had a little bit of an impact there. However, the MVP, of course, is going over to Reeves, who did his best to carry. A shout out to Xeno doing a good job on this in the bottom lane, the Pike, especially in those early fights, landing the Bone Skewer onto his lane opponents and setting up Reeves to get those early kills and roam into the mid lane and kill the jungler. So that's going to be your MVPs and honorable mentions there. However, for Team Paper, see, MVP or honorable mention rather. Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious. There's an argument to be made for Zuzu as honorable mention, but I'm going to give it to Aether Rising. Kane was just there, and really taking the red Kane was the best decision he could have made there. The CC that he brought to the table turned so many fights, as opposed to the damage that he would have had. I think he would have just evaporated had he been blue Kane. but the Red Cane definitely allowed him to stay alive longer and offer a lot more to his team. However, the MVP goes to heal it up on this Azir. I haven't seen an Azir play well in a very long time. It was a pleasure to see him do so. Yeah, definitely could have gone badly, but managing to save that ultimate for the perfect time and push particularly Mystic Warrior off of himself. Very wise usage of that ultimate. Also picking up the zone use to give himself further safety in the late game. Definitely playing his champion very well. And I believe that is your MVPs, honorable mentions, and shoutouts.
All right, so guys, we are going to be going into another game, but the question is right now, it is faction versus faction. We could do for next game. There's a couple people, I don't know if they're still on. Boxy945, J-Trick, and Detone Hamster have yet to play tonight. And if they're interested in their game being the faction versus faction, I'm happy to do that. But if they want to play just a normals game, that's fine. We'll do another normals one. The main thing is that Institute of War is something that we've been working on for a long time, in which it is going to be a long-term tournament of sorts in which different factions will face off against each other over the course of a very long time. Probably 6 months to maybe a year is the idea. And we're only playing the occasional game, one game a night, basically. It's going to be the Institute of War game. And that game is going to have the different factions play against each other. Tonight, I wanted to get the Demacia versus Noxus. And the main reason why is that I want to put out a promo video for Institute of War by the end of December. And for that, I need some footage of casting of Institute of War games to kind of give people an idea of what is going to be going on in them. Now, we don't have to do it tonight if you guys aren't interested. But if you are interested, happy to do that. Tonight would just be Demacia and Noxus. And yeah, the factions are just the regions, local jesters. So it's a pool pinching game in which you can only pick certain champions from different regions and factions. So if you guys are interested in doing that, we'll set that up. If you're not interested, I just need a little bit more confirmation from the chat, especially from Detone Hamster, J-Trick, someone did it, or 6-3 Frost if you guys are interested. Demacia versus Noxus. Yeah, that's going to be the two teams playing against each other. Not even a shout out. What? What? Huh? I shouted you out in chat, Ice.
You didn't even read it, did you?
Okay, sounds good. Let's go. Sounds like a plan. All right, cool. So next game will be, may I post a link? It's for the teams. It's for the teams. I'm confused. Brittany. Are you talking about for their factions? If you whisper it to me, send it to me in a whisper. I'll post it with a tag you in it. All right, we're gonna go to break while I set up the game, or set up the custom game, and then we'll figure out everyone that gets into it. You get a shout out. Everyone wants a shout out. No, I shouted you out in chat, typing that your snares on that Lux were sick. All right, we're going to be right back for the probably last and final game of the night, Demacia versus Noxus. I'm pretty darn excited. I hope you guys are too. Be right back.